Blessings and welcome for coming to our healing yoga class. For anyone who's been working with us, we will continue our theme. We're doing a theme for February of pranayama, which is breath work in Sanskrit. So we will continue to keep addressing, honoring the breath. It helps us to ground, bring awareness into our bodies through the inhales and the exhales so we can keep cultivating, developing that inner awareness. Also, just a little side note, I study the moon a lot and teach about the moon, so it's on my mind always. Happy new moon! Great time to start the new lunar cycle and start any new creations, new manifestations. So I won't go down too many spirals with that. We'll bring it back to our class. Group focus for this month, breath work, pranayama, warming. At any time, though, always listen to your inner guide. That's what healing yoga is about, holding this space for you to communicate, listen to the vital force within. Always modify, always adjust. Use this as your time to check in with what the communication is like going on inside, finding our edge in each pose, and pausing right before passing. So let's start grounding. You'll notice I'm seated a lot. I don't have much furniture. I just like to preface with always chair, couch, whatever you're working with, you do not have to come seated on the floor like this. So most poses can be modified in that way. Find a comfortable seat wherever you are. We'll be standing here soon. Ground down through the sit bones, ground down through the base. Press down into your base. Allow this opposite lengthening chain reaction through the spine, up through the crown, from pressing down into your base. Inhale through the nose, notice the breath, and exhale through the nose, notice the breath. Hands can come to heart to notice your inner vibration, your inner essence. 3 ohms and 3 shantis. We'll talk about the structure of an ohm afterwards, just for anybody new. But right now, let's just go into harmonizing. I find it an important part. You can chant out loud, you can chant in the mind's eye, or you can chant your own beautiful prayer, or just be silent. All is welcome, really. A time of prayer we're holding space for. On the next exhale, let's begin. Uh, uh, Shanti, 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 meaning peace, peace, peace in Sanskrit. Thank you for harmonizing our group prayer practice. So just quickly, in case anyone's new here watching or with, structure of an Om, briefly put, why I like to include chanting, specifically Om, in a practice, is it grounds us in our own body, which we'll keep coming back to through our yoga practice, grounding body awareness. Start the first tone of the sound Om originates in the pelvis, our root base of the spinal column, low down. The O comes up to the heart space, so it comes from the pelvis. Tone comes to the heart, then journeying up the spinal cord, and then the ending tone comes to the head space generally, or the throat, somewhere up here. So it's a journey just basically from the pelvis to the heart to the head. So just wanted you guys to know that that's why I include that. Let's get standing on up now. Find a comfortable way to guide yourself up to a rise. Let's honor this beautiful start to our day. Not sure what time zone you're in, but hopefully somewhere here in the late morning, early afternoon, honoring our energy, our sun. Let's take a moment here standing. Visualize this flame, this sunlight or a ray energy, sun ray, sunlight, fire flame at the center of our navel. You can look down or close the eyes. Just comfortable standing position here, noticing this fire element representation at the navel center. We will allow this fire element within to help guide us, to help shed things no longer serving, to help fuel us for our day, for our routine, for our practice together, to help motivate us throughout our day and routine. We talked about the new moon. You can also let this fire or visualizing at the navel guide us into our new moon intention. So I just wanted to bring up our intentions there with that work. If you have any of your own intentions or goals you're working with, bringing to us today in our group energy, let that resonate. Otherwise, it can be one of the things we just talked about, breath focus, palms out. Inhale, big sweep of the arms up, connect to your intentions and pull them down through your midline. Let's do two more together. Inhale, reach on up, any intentions here, and bring it down through the midline, the spinal column. One more. Inhale, reach on up high to the sky. Bring all of that motivation, light energy down through you. So let's talk about Tadasana now. We'll get into Yoga Asana. I'm always about shaking it off. You kind of see me, I sway or move. No, that's available. We just kind of want to be engaged in our yoga, and we'll talk about engaging the body, engaging the muscles. But we don't want to be stiff and rigid. We want to keep letting energy, prana flow through us from the feet, the toes, out through the hands, out through the head. So let's start with the feet. We're going to root down there. Lift the toes, spread the toes, gently grip your toes. Root down through the toe mound, the outer ridges of your foot and the heel. You can gently lift through the arches of your feet then, and you'll find a nice rooted stance between those feet below. Feet can be hip width, wider, together. It's really your choice. You found what's comfortable for you to express. You can always move and modify. Lift the kneecaps up. Engage the front legs, the back legs, and the glutes. So I may refer to these as our lower body engagement. It's a lot going on, right? Feet up through the knees, up through the thighs, front and back, and glutes. Following this line of energy from the ground, which is coming all the way up to our spinal root, the pelvic floor, the whole pelvis, really. So this is right now our root below us. We're developing this engagement, this warmth and leg strength. But in yoga, we study that this is our true root, and the legs are just a manifestation from it. And just like the structure of the Om in healing yoga, I really like to offer this grounding sensation from the root before we take off and lift off in more movement practices coming up. We want to cultivate that stability, that foundation. Okay, so let's come to hands spiraling back, thumb spiral. Notice the heart lifting as your arms come back, or the external rotation of the arms, and the heart and chest lifts. Strong legs beneath you. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. So let's do some breath cycles here with our arms to warm up. So let's start, we'll do an inhale and then a 3-part exhale. So it's 4 breath movements. Let me show it, and you can feel free to do it with me. Palms up, arms out in front as you inhale, legs strong. Remember those lower body engagements while we move here. And then the exhale, arms to H, arms to T, palms up, arms alongside of you. So it's inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale. We're going to continue. I just want to take a pause. Remember the strong legs, root down through the feet, up through the lines of the legs to the pelvis. And then we're finding this awareness of the breath moving and flowing through us with some arm movement. Inhale, exhale, exhale, exhale. Building the fire, building the warmth. Remember visualizing that flame at the navel center, helping to guide, to shed, to fuel. Last one here. And then soften any little sways or movements, rolling the shoulders back, maybe rolling the shoulders forward, just bringing some awareness into the body, into your movement. So let's continue those forceful breaths. Here's a gentle squat. We're going to take our feet wider. You'll bend down to gently squat, lengthen through the tailbone, out through the crown. Here comes the inhale now. Big inhale through the nose. Arms sweep up, exhale, air pump, press down. So just wanted to demonstrate 3. Please continue if you're in it already. Let's hold space for a few. Remember coming from the foundation below you, this strong rooted system. So take a pause and just notice if that was too slow, too fast, just enough, not enough. Just noticing reactions to our breath so far. So remember, we've aimed to find our own edge and pause right before passing any edge or any edge pain of sensation. Keep coming back to your awareness. Come back to the strong legs. Maybe they come closer together. Palms out, Tadasana, strong roots. Follow those leg lines from the feet up through the pelvis. Inhale, arms all the way up alongside the ears. Here's that breath again. Inhales, extends the arms up like they are, and exhales, elbows in towards the hips. Come back to a Tadasana. Whenever you're ready, you can always just keep going with something that feels good. Find your own guidance there. Just taking a moment here to reflect. Notice how we feel. Notice any elemental response. Maybe the flame. Is there some sort of reaction happening there at that flame at the center, the fire element guiding us? Let's continue warming up if it feels all right. Bring the arms out to cactus. The elbows in line with the shoulder. Remember our strong lower legs. Follow those lines from the feet up through the pelvis for strength. Shoulder blades together. Bring them down the back body towards your glutes. You'll notice how that lengthens the back of the neck. Inhales, arms like they are. Exhales, closes them like a book. Let's do that breath again. taking a pause to come back to Tadasana when you're ready. Some reflection breath, just noticing how you're feeling. Keep bringing awareness back to the inhales through the nose, down to the lungs, the exhales from the lungs out through the nose. Stay rooted through the feet. We're going to go through some movements here. Lower body engagement. Palms up, come out to a T with the arms. Inhale and exhale through the nose. We'll move the arms, keep the lower body nice and stable. V out the arms. Inhale and exhale. Shoulder blades keep coming together and down towards the glutes. Reach out through the crown of your head. Arms to H, inhale and exhale. Arms to W, inhale and exhale. Or cactus arms. I'm more like that because then I think of saguaros and lovely plants. Push air current down, internal rotation. I say M pose, inhale and exhale. Find those lower body engagements, stabilizing you, rooting you. Spiral the arms down. Connect to any of your intentions. We talked about our intention group of breath focus, visualizing a flame at the navel. Any of your own intentions, reach on up high to the sky and pull all of those intentions down through you. Let's reach back on up with the arms. Inhale. This time keep them up. Another warming breath. Same type of breath flow. It's called Bhastrika in Sanskrit if you want to research it more. It's warming. It's forceful inhales and exhales. But remember to follow your guide. So if anytime you're getting too much of the arms up, just bring them on down and you can do this. So what we'll do here is inhales from the base, the pelvis to the ribs, left, exhales right. So let me show. You'll keep soft knees so that you're not rigid. We don't want to be too, not allowing this movement here. And come to these gentle twists. Keep bringing awareness to the breath. Release when you're ready, back to center. We'll do the other side with that. Remember shoulder rotations, any swaying. So in case you're new working with me, I'm always a fan of audible exhales, which means I'm typically cueing inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. But anytime there's fire, heat, anything heavy or limiting, audible exhale, like or horse breath. Let the breath flow out through the lips, through the mouth. So I really like to bring awareness to that most classes because it's a good way to let that nervous system rest and digest. Big inhale, reach on up to your intention, stretch on up. So this time we'll just inhale right, exhale left. Same movement, but we're just switching the inhale side. Back down to a Tadasana. When you're ready, take a few reflection breaths, mountain pose, strong legs, hopefully aware of the breath, aware of the prana. Let's heighten our energy awareness here. We're going to remain in a strong, stable Tadasana, and we're going to direct our energy through a few spots on our head to further clear, cleanse, offer purity to the head. Hopefully it's already feeling pretty good from all the breath focus. Again, dial it into what you need inside. You can always do a little less, do a little more. Be gentle always. So let's inhale and exhale through the nose, and then energetically inhale and exhale through the third eye, our forehead space. Purity, clarity, authenticity. Energetically inhale through the crown head, the top. Clarity, purity, authenticity. See if you can keep the eyes open for this practice. You're just directing your awareness to these points we're talking about. Now back of the head, directly behind the forehead, directly behind the third eye. Breathe in and out, clarity, purity, authenticity. Make a line with your lovely nose tip up towards the sky. As much as feels good for you, breathe into the front throat. Clarity, purity, authenticity. Make a line with the nose tip down to the earth element. Breathe into the back of the neck. Clarity, purity, authenticity. Come back to neutral gaze, neutral head. Open the mouth. Breathe in and out through the mouth. Feeling any sensation, it may make a noise. I tend to be pretty loud just so you guys know what you can express, but it's just for our recording. You can be soft and gentle or louder and stronger, all welcome truly. Find your own guidance there. So then let's bring our hands to our hips. We'll do a little bit more warming up of the spine with some twists. So we'll first look back behind our right side, coming from our pelvis up through the ribs and heart, back behind you like you have a friend back there. Only let the neck, head, and gaze follow if it feels good. Otherwise, keep it neutral with the chest. So inhales back on the right, exhale center. Inhales back, center. Oh, hey back there, center. Inhale, center. Inhale, center. You'll notice I like to giggle. I like to laugh. Laughter yoga is a true yoga form. I've studied it a bit. So it's great to giggle. It's great to laugh with me. Always welcome. I use it as a part of the pranayama, a part of the breath. All right, leave your hands where they are, whether they're just on the side of the hips or maybe they've traveled back alongside that flat plate, the sacrum behind us. Elbows pressed together, strong legs from the leg line, energy from the feet up through the pelvis. Press that pelvis forward. Bring your elbows together, your shoulder blades together, and then lift them up high to the sky. So there's our first warming back bend. You'll notice space in the abdomen. You'll notice a lift of the chest, a spread of the collarbone. You can keep your chin tucked in towards the heart, or if it feels good for you, open the throat by making a line with the nose tip up. Not necessary. Really honor your neck. Always honor and be gentle with self. And then we'll come back to neutral. Give it a little shake out. Whew. A little release. Beautiful. So let's come into some standing postures now. Great time. We're all warm. We're all grounded. From the top of whatever space you're using, feet can meet. And then let's send our right leg back. We'll come to a warrior two. So I'm going to show from the side for a moment. What we'll do, and sorry, I love the sun, but I know it's not always nice for our recording, so I'll just give us a little more. Okay. So we have our right leg back, and I'm just going to show from the side. We'll root down through that back right ridge of our foot. So you'll notice this nice oblique diagonal angle from the ridge of the right foot. Draw it up the outer right leg and up to the pelvis, our true base. We want to then take our front left knee in line with the ankle. Pull that left knee energetically towards the left side of the foot, the pinky. That will help to engage those strong outer leg muscles around the femur or the thigh to help stabilize that hip joint. So I talk a lot through poses. We're in pose for a while. Always come on out and come back and meet us if it gets too much. I really like static, kind of developing that inner endurance and strength. So that being said, I start narrower. And then as you're here, you may notice, hey, I can go wider. But sometimes it'll be like, start your widest, and then it's really airy and wobbly. And I really like to teach ground down before we take on upper the spine, up to the upper spine and all this other stuff. So trying to keep it a little simple here. Warrior two, we're rooted down through our feet. Hands to pelvis, notice the pelvis. Hands to heart, notice our heart. Here in warrior two, our hips are out to the side. The chest out to the side. From the hands at heart, let them spiral out to T, palms up. Just to bring the shoulder blades together and down the back body. And then palms down. Now gaze over those left fingertips. Inhale and exhale. That's where your focus is. That's where your drishti is, over the left fingertips. So go ahead and move if you want. We're going to come into a different form with the legs the same. But if you need to get on out, remember, just kind of shake them out. Always welcome. So from warrior two, what we're going to do is come to a side angle. So I really like to have hands on the body to help direct us. Let's bring our right hand back behind us to the low back. And then maybe the hand kind of sweeps to touch the left hip. So you'll see right arm kind of swing back and then maybe left hip. Left hand takes to the rib above, to the left rib above that right hand. So what we want to do, the focus of bringing our hands to our left side body is so that we keep this area engaged and lengthening and don't cinch like this. So we want to keep lengthening the tissue here as we come to side angle, making this oblique diagonal from that right. Remember, we started with that right ridge rounding down, diagonal line of energy up through the outer right leg. Take that diagonal line of energy now up through the right side body, maybe up through the right arm. Now, if that's too much, hand to hip or hand to low back remains, your choice. Woohoo! Feeling those engagements in the legs, in the side body, out through the crown. Come back center when you're ready. Take a break. We're going to straighten this front leg. Awesome endurance there. So same pose that we just went through with a bunch of words, we're going to do with the upper body with now a straight leg. And I say straight for description purposes, but it is not flexed really, it's not extended really strong and straight. That won't really protect the back of the knee. There's this soft bend in the knee. So hands can again guide on the body as we just went through. I'll try not to be as wordy as I was there. Maybe hopefully find that guidance with the body. And then we're tilting with our straight leg. Same way. Little different actions happening in the legs. The hands can then manifest what they'd like. If you want to take that right diagonal line up through the right arm, go ahead. Otherwise, it can stay on the pelvis. Inhale and exhale. Here we are in Trikonasana, the triangle pose. We make this equilateral kind of balanced state within us with this pose. It can be one of the intentions. All right, we're going to come on back to head over heart over pelvis. Let's have the feet meet now, or the feet come, toes come towards one another, come in. Star pose. We have the 5 points of a star, right? Our right leg, our right arm, our left arm, and then the crown of our head. So take up some space here. Big inhale through the nose. And then switch and reverse. So now we're just going to take the right leg, bend, right knee over right ankle. Here's that oblique diagonal. Remember how we just manifested it? So you really want to bring, oh, now you know the cycle that we're about to do with the body. Manifest that diagonal line through that left foot, all the way up through the left leg. Right knee is going to direct itself towards that pinky edge to help engage that femur strong into the hip joint. Hands come to hips. Notice that the pelvis is out to the side, not straight on like a warrior one or lunge. And then the arms and the shoulders are just above the pelvis. Hands from the hips come to the heart, and then radiate that heart space out to a T with the arms. And palms up, bring the shoulder blades together and down the back body. Give that neck some space, some length. Palms down. Focus over the right fingertip. Drishti, they call it in Sanskrit. We're working on our concentration, our focus on one point. Right, we're on the move to side angle. Remember to move the legs if you want. Left hand to low back. Maybe it grazes right hip. Right hand to right rib. So we're bringing awareness to that right side body as you tilt and lengthen that left diagonal line. Coming from the left outer ridge of your foot up through the left leg, the left pelvic side, the whole side body, up through the neck and the head. And then arms are manifesting what feels good. Maybe that left arm manifests up that line. We're on the move. So here we go, back to a warrior two. Now you may straighten that right leg. But that's just for, description. Keep that soft bend. Same pose. We're going to come to our triangle pose. Guide yourself so that you have these adjustments. You're lengthening through the right side body. You don't want to cinch. Use those side body muscles. And we're creating that nice oblique angle here on the left side body. Visualizing and honoring the idea of equilibrium, equilateral. And then beautiful expressions there. Express those arms into the diagonal line if it feels good. Inhale and exhale through the nose. When you're ready, we're going to guide ourselves back. Beautiful endurance, everyone. Whether you stayed there or not, beautiful endurance. And here we go back to our star pose. Toes just rotate in to greet one another. Arms up. 5-point space here. Honor the 5 elements. Fire, earth, air, water, and space. Big inhale, open the abdomen. And exhale. Hands come down to the pelvis. Maybe what you want to do here is toe heel the feet in, or soft bend in the knees and take a hop. Feet meet. Woo, back together. Beautiful job. So there was something I really wanted to do before seated, and it's now leaving me. So I guess we'll skip that for now. It came to me before. Okay. So now what we'll do is come on down to the earth. I like to lower myself through a squat. So I bring my feet to wide, hip width or wider. Lower pelvis down. I know this is not available to everyone. And then come on down to the earth element. Woo! Audible exhales always welcome. So what we'll do now is supported lowering ourselves. I like to show it. We have our feet bent, our legs bent, the feet to the earth, the knees up to the sky. Lengthen through the spine from the tailbone tip out through the lovely crown. Oh, I just remembered because we had a check-in of some neck tension. So before, I'm glad I just remembered. We're not going to lower down. Save that thought for later. We're going to come seated. And if you have any props, any pillows, blankets, you're welcome to have that for the sit bones. You can sit in a chair. You can also do this standing. I was going to do it standing, but I forgot. I'm just going to take a sip of water. Always welcome. Keep yourself hydrated. Keep that circulation flowing. All right, I'm glad I remembered. It's always good to get some nice neck loving in before we lay out on the mat. So let us be aware of the base of us, be aware of the pelvis, comfortable seated position or standing if you'd like. Interlace the hands at the navel center, down through your base. Remember to keep the energy here and let it manifest out through the body. Try not to be too rigid that we block the energy anywhere. Let it flow. Interlace the hands at navel. Take an inhale out the center and then press the palms out in front. Let the exhale reset. We'll do this a few times. Inhale and out to the left. Twist from your root up through your heart. Exhales reset. Inhale to the right. Exhale, reset. Inhales out through the center, all the way up. Stretch up. Exhale, aware of crown, aware of third eye, down the center. Switch the interlace of the hands here. Inhale, up through center, press out to center. Exhales, reset. Inhale to the left. Exhale, resets your hands back down to navel. Inhale, out to the right. And exhale, reset. Inhale, this time out to center, all the way up, stretch up. Exhale, stimulate awareness of the crown, awareness of the third eye, and back down. Give it a little shake out, shoulder rolls. Okay, we're going to continue here. Let's take our arms out to a T, but this time I'm usually saying palms up, right? And that's for the shoulder blades and all that fun stuff. But this time, flex the fingers back to you. So I'm going to go back to normal or back to seated neutral, just to show you. Fingertips curl back. So just notice those engagements there for yourself. You can always let the arms go if you need to. Try to keep depressing the shoulder blades. You'll notice I'm trying not to have them come up to my ears. Little external rotations to help me release those shoulder blades down to the earth. So you can stay here neutral with the head and gaze, or you can make a line with the nose tip to the left. Look left, you may feel this nice stretch coming up the right fingertips as you flex the right fingertips back to you all the way up. And then back through center, maybe to the other side. Line with the nose tip right. Beautiful stretch, warmth from the left fingertips curling back to you up through the left neck. And back to center, release. Little sways. So just notice, these are kind of some engaging poses to help soften the neck, right? So it's not like your typical go in neck roll kind of feeling. We're bringing some awareness to the muscles around the neck, hoping to help open and unblock the chest and neck. So let's do that a little variation. So now we will bend the elbows. It's like these little kind of bird wing arms, and still flex the fingertips back towards you. Bend the elbows towards your hips, flex the fingertips. Same thing. From neutral head, gaze to the left. And now play with your right arm. So if you're looking left, you'll know the stretch. You can feel it through that opposite side. Here's where you can bring the elbow in closer, maybe up higher. And you'll see where your sensitivities are. Breathe into that. Use the breath to offer space to any sensitivities. And then back to center. You can release the arms and reset if you'd like. Let's try the other side when you feel ready. This time you'll look towards the right. Now it's the left side active. Keep flexing that left arm, fingertips back towards your arm. Just playing with any sensation that comes up. Beautiful. All right, one last one here. Any sways, any rotations are welcome. Interlace those hands, send them back behind the head. Elbows go wide. So here we're going to play around with that movement with the breath like we've been doing a lot throughout class. Inhales, lifts the heart, opens the elbows. Keep your head gently supported in the palms and the fingers. Exhales, close the book, close the elbows. Inhales, opens the abdomen, opens the heart, opens the elbows. Exhales, closes elbows, rounds the back. Inhale. And exhales. So I invite you now to come back to neutral, switch the interlace. We're going to do that again. But see if you can, I just like to say the words and cues so you know what you can look for. But see if you can make a line with the nose tip and have that be the guidance of the movement from the face all the way out through the crown. So switched interlace here. Inhales, opens up the front. Exhales, opens up the back. Inhale. And exhales. Inhale. And exhale. Inhales, last one. If it feels good, linger on the exhale. Really let that back neck get a stretch. Let the arms even, no engagement. They're just gently staying there with the help of gravity to help stretch into the back of your head. All right. And we're going to release and come down to the earth. So yeah, just take a moment to kind of flow back into the neck, see how we're feeling. We're going to get it supported by the earth now, so it should feel really nice. We're going to do that boat pose we were setting up for with our, and I'll show kind of in full now more. So I have my feet down, my knees up to help engage my legs, lengthen through the spine, lower down to the earth. So this is my favorite pose. Knees in, feet wide. Notice how you can ground through the whole spine. So you'll see this little triangle with the lower body may form. And you can ground through the low back, up through the middle back, the upper back. The shoulder blades plant nicely like little plates, and the back of the head supported. So feel free to just feel that sensation. I'm just coming up so I can be heard. I feel like when I'm back there showing the pose. So I just want, sorry, so let me just show, we still can stay on the ground, but I just wanted to make sure I could be heard there. So we'll just stay on the ground here. Elbows wide. Hands can rest on the body. I love this as a time to come into the breath further. We've been doing a great job so far of awareness of the breath. Hands on the stomach and the heart, the elbows wide. Here you have the knees in and the feet wide. Feel that low back supported by the earth, up through the shoulder blades supported, up through the back of the head supported. So great time for visualization. I love this from one of my favorite meditation teachers, Ram Dev. Visualize nostrils on the chest and breathe into those nostrils so that they're filling the lungs to full capacity, and then releasing and relaxing the lungs to full relaxation. Inhales, full visualizations of these nostrils on the chest to help fill the lung cavity, and exhales help to relax and release the lungs. Take a few more breath cycles like this for yourself. Big inhales into the chest. Big exhales from the chest. It's really important to me to offer in some quiet time. So you're welcome to stay as you are with your knees bent. It feels great for the spine as a whole. Or you're welcome to let the legs go long. Extend the arms, Shavasana. This is our meditation Shavasana time. You can also come to seated if you're more comfortable that way. Yogi's choice, your choice. Let's find a few rounds for ourselves of our humming bee breath, the vibrational tone breath. It's called Brahmari. You inhale naturally and the exhales humming from the throat space. Mm. 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 Allow the vibration to travel to any sensation. Allow that sensation to be softened by the vibration. We'll hold the next minute or two with some silent reflection. Because of our time, we'll move on to close class. But if you have the time, please remain for several more minutes. This can be the most important part to any yoga work, is allowing that silent communication to occur within. For the purposes of closing our audio and our group out, we'll just end how we started. If you want, you can find a comfortable seat, root down through the base, lengthen through the crown. Take an inhale and exhale through the nose, aware of the breath. 3 ohms and 3 shantis. Any prayer you may want to say, go ahead and let it reverberate. Hands could come to the heart, help guide you to heart space if it feels right. Let's begin on the next exhale, closing class. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Meaning peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Blessings to you and blessings to all.